Good Monday morning. I hope everybody is doing well this morning. And hello, Mona. Monica. Mona did what? The struggle is real. 6 o'clock in the morning. It is, what is today? November 7th, 2022. And I don't know what I'm doing. Pretty much par for the course. Hello, I'm Colleen of Colleen Social Chats, and we make it up as we go along. I appreciate all you joining me on this very early or very late, depending on where you're living at, morning. I think it's around 40s outside, so I've got my window open. Good morning, Lori. Good to see you. Oops. You don't get to see what I'm watching on TV. I'm just watching YouTube. Waiting for my voice to catch up with me. The rest of me has decided to wake up. My voice has decided, not yet. Nice to see everybody. Well, wasn't sure what I was going to do. I quickly gave my machine a dust this morning because it's been a while. I don't think I've even went through 2 bobbins yet, though, for this project, but it was catching threads. That usually means that I need to clean it or change the needle. So if it keeps doing it, I'll change the needle out. Good morning, Sylvia. It's good to see you. Oh, my nose is itching. Sylvia is You and Me FPP. I'm going to drop her link in there if I can find it. My keyboard's over here. That's what you're seeing. My mouse is over here. My keyboard is down there. If you're new, thank you for joining us. If you've been here a while, you know the chaos that's about to ensue. What I had planned to do this week was take the week off of YouTube to decompress a little bit. As anybody who knows me knows that I do tech detoxes, and it's been a while. My mind does not like the constant go at home, wife, mom, YouTuber. Yesterday, what I was going to do was get the borders for this panel put on so I could start adding my blocks. Yesterday, I decided instead that I was going to put up a quilt pole on the inside of a closet door, which involved drilling, anchors, and realizing I did it wrong the first time. I calculated for the inside, if you're here for the quilting, this ain't going to mean nothing to you. I calculated for the inside lip of the door. I was off just a smidge, and I didn't calculate for the length of the pole I was using, so I had to redo that. Then I did a ton of laundry yesterday after my headache went away. Oh my goodness, Sylvia says it's her daughter's birthday today, 43. Where did that time go? Wow. Yeah, happy birthday, Sylvia's daughter. I don't even know what day of the week it is most days. This morning I woke up just a little bit ago. I was like, it's Monday. It's Monday, and I know what day it is. We're going to take the one for today. Just don't ask me the rest of the week. Oh, I hope she has a good birthday. I remember when my mom got her first child to the age that she was eligible for the senior discount places. She was like, I have a child old enough to get the senior discount now. It's not me. It's not nice. And that's what brought up the poles on the inside closet of the closet door that I put up to hold the quilts are designed, going to be, for my husband's and my quilts my mom has made. I've got one quilt that she made for my youngest, and I've got a quilt that I stole from her that she'll never get back. And it's hand tied. And then my husband has, I think we have two quilts of his. One was the embroidered one, and the other one is sailboats. And it looks easy, but not easy to make. And the one that's embroidered was hand embroidered, and I noticed it was hand stitched. The quilting, it had shapes, and they were hand stitched. I didn't notice that before. I wouldn't have known that before. So thank you, my new hobby. I know stuff. Everybody's saying happy birthday to the daughter. Sylvia says, change blade on my rotary cutter. Now cuts through butter. Is that the standard for a good cutting blade? It'll cut through butter. Mine cuts through hot butter. No, I just changed it like last week or something. Sylvia says, her daughter steals quilts from her too. I don't know what's wrong with us. Is it just the girls? Boys? And I know you're out there. Gentlemen, do you steal quilts from your mom? Oh, my nose itches now, of course. It's officially alive. Sherlock So says, how cool to have those quilts, Colleen. It is. It is, and I didn't appreciate them before I took care of them, but I didn't have the same appreciation. You know what I mean? I knew they were handmade, which is wonderful, and you love them because of that, but I didn't understand the work that went into them until I started doing this. Plus, I had to fix a couple of them. They were starting to come apart a little bit at the seams, but that was really easy with some hidden stitches. Good morning, Lynn. She says, hello, lovely people. What a wonderful greeting for 6 o'clock Missouri time. And yes, that is my giant cup of coffee. I should get a smaller cup, but I'm not going to because I like that cup. Sherlock sews. Always learning when it comes to sewing. Yeah. Oh, and I have some of the greatest viewers, subscribers. I don't know if they're subscribed completely, but that's okay too. When I put shorts up, like for the foot thing, I was getting comments to help me with that. And I learned on YouTube, and I didn't even know what I was looking for to learn. The first thing I did was put on that, what I now know is called the universal foot. In fact, I did read my owner's manual. You couldn't tell it by the way I act. I just didn't understand it. Mona says it's 7 in Ohio. Sylvia says, raining here today. I like the rain. I like the rain with the window cracked just a little bit so you can hear it. Oh, yes. Lynn is in Sylvia's time zone, I'm pretty sure. She says, gosh, you are up early, Colleen. Lunchtime here. Yeah. Monday is really the only chance I get. After 5 hours in the car today, I'm going to be shot the rest of the week, and I've got to keep doing it. I am making a run to Walmart later today. Yeah, eventually today. I'm going to make a run to Walmart and pick up a small haul, I guess. I need something to conceal other people when they're here walking by. Their voices don't matter. They're not saying anything inappropriate, but they don't need to be on camera. They don't want to be. So I'm getting something for $10 that hopefully works for that purpose. I was going to just add hinges to this board. That's why it's got that weird thing on it, preparing. I was just going to add hinges to this board and put another board on it. I know what I'm doing. But my husband didn't look at this board before he went and bought the hinges. And yeah, I threw him under the bus. And I'll do it again before the end of the live. Now, he thought this board was the same. That one out in the garage, maybe 3/4 inch. This one is probably not even a quarter. Plywood. It's just plywood. The very thin, very light piece of plywood, so I can maneuver it very easily without pulling on myself too much. And I'll go back to comments in a minute because I'm nosy. I want to know what's going on. But I told him, I said, are you sure the screws are going to go in that? And he was like, well, yeah. He didn't realize this board was so much thinner yesterday. Or was the day before? I think it was yesterday. Yeah. He got that board and he's going to bring it in the house. And I was like, first of all, that's way too tall. We're going to have to cut it off. He says, are you sure? I said, that one's barely as tall as I am. Maybe a little bit taller. And then I was like, oh, that's a whole lot heavier. He's like, it's easy to move. Oh, it's easy to move if you're 6 foot and got muscles, decent back. I was like, that's not going to move like I wanted to. I wanted it to hinge just so I could fold it back when we're not using it because this is a small space. We don't need that bulk here all the time. So I have moved on to something on wheels. Hopefully it works. It's going to work one way or the other. And back to chat because I'm nosy. Oh, what did I leave off? Sylvia says, heading to store for more red fabric for my remembrance quilt. Oh, that'll be beautiful. Have fun. Try not to bring home too much. By too much, I mean the whole store. I don't have much trouble going into a store and really getting what I need. I usually leave wanting all kinds of things and planning all kinds of things in my head. But very strict budget. And I go in, I get what I need, and I leave. Sherlock Sows, Lori. I remembered I was going to call you Lori. Lori says some of those manuals stink, written by someone who doesn't sew. LOL. Yeah, I know, right? Mona laughed at that. Lynn says, dryish here. At last, had so much rain lately, sick of it. I do get tired of the rain eventually, especially when everything fall is beautiful, but y'all, it's dead leaves. Everything's dying and we're going, and my husband reminded me this was on a comedian's skit. Everything's dying and we're just looking at it going, oh, how pretty, it's dead. After a while, it just gets crunchy and whoa, and when it's wet, it's like, oh, not the same pretty. Let's see. So Lynn asked Sylvia if she has a fabric shop near her. Mona did wet. What about a rolling garment rack you can hang quilt on? Mona! Oh my gosh. I can't get it up on my phone. That is exactly what I got. A very cheap one. They had them for $11. And what I was planning on doing, now that you've already blown the secret, see, great minds. I'm telling you, I knew I couldn't be the only one that thought of something like that. I'm going to try to sew this old Christmas, what's that thing called? Table. Or is it hard without coffee? Tablecloth. Who knew? I'm going to try to sew this old Christmas cloth. Good morning, Tracy. It is good to see you. Yay, Tracy's here. Oh, I see Mona said, sorry, I've got to go back and read the house. No worries. I can't keep a secret anyway. It was bound to come out before the end of this live. But I was going to sew like channels for the rods to go on either side and then a channel at the top. And hopefully be able to use that as an extra little design board. That's the flannel backed tablecloth. And then on the front, you get to see the pretty, this one says Merry Christmas. I can change it out. If that doesn't work, I can throw a quilt over it and just use it as a cover like you were saying. And it's got a little rack at the bottom that I could probably put a box on. It's looking pretty. $11. I'm thinking it's flimsy, but for $11, that other piece of wood, my husband's like, well, we're not going to get another piece of wood. When I looked at the other piece of wood, it was like $30 for a sheet of wood. Those used to be like $8. And then it wouldn't have been the better buy then either. But it was expensive. So my mind started going. I was kind of in declutter, reorganize, downsize mode yesterday. It's like, okay, how am I going to do this cheap, easy, movable, so it doesn't have to stay in my line of sight all the time because I don't like things in my line of sight cluttering. Back to chat and I'll finish that thought. Have a Sylvia says, have a couple, one only 3 minutes away, another about 15 minutes away, Crafter's Companion. You are so lucky. Mine is 20 minutes away, which makes it a 40-minute drive, but it is the same place that my son goes to school at, so I'm making a drive there anyway, if I can catch him open. Oh, Sherlock So says she has a budget also. I think most people do. It's just what can fit in your budget, kind of a little bit different. Except some months I can't buy anything. There's just no money for it. And besides that, truth be told, kind of used a little bit of the birthday money gift card I got from somebody. Thank you. Also bought a bottle of nail polish with it. Other than that, it's going to crafting. Oh, where did I leave off? I saw Tracy come in, and I still haven't got those pictures. I don't think I can do a share screen. I don't see anything that says share screen on here. That would be cool. Share the screen and do that one day. Yes, you are up early. Tracy Albert says she's up early. I also have to run into the store. Blow dryer quit working. I have a closet on wheels also, Sherlock So says. Very cool. Not that your dryer quit working. I thought my dryer quit working, my blow dryer quit working one time, and it was overheated. After it cooled off, it worked. That was when I was a teenager, though, where we had reset buttons on them. Oh my gosh. Sherlock So says the plywood about a year ago was $100 a sheet. Wow. It wasn't here. Thank goodness. Because that's when my husband and I both started our hobbies about a year ago. I'm trying to remember what month it is. A little over a year ago, I guess. I can't. It was around 40 when he bought it. It probably did go up, and it's just now starting coming back down because wood, insurance, wood, all that stuff, crazy high. And I'm just chatting. Sealand, only have very small shop in my town. Stocks lots of different craft, not much fabrics. Usually shop online, but I like to look at real stuff. Yeah, that's the downside. I like shopping online, but I want to see what it looks like in the light. Because my monitor, usually the color on it is very, very accurate usually. But occasionally it'll be off, or their picture will be off. And I won't get, I had a pencil sitting over here that I lost. And I won't get what I think that I'm getting. I don't like losing things. Okay. I knew it had to be underneath there. This thing hides pencils and seam rippers. Also not seam rippers and pin pullers. If you've been here, you know what I'm talking about. But so we said Crafter's Companion is expensive. Mona did what? Monica says, congratulations on 400. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you all. I appreciate it. I've heard other YouTubers say this now, so I'm comfortable saying it. I don't feel like I'm alone in saying this. You turn this thing on and you're like, I don't know what I got to contribute. I just don't know. I'm not a terrific sewer. I'm new at sewing. I can't say never, but I don't expect to ever be one of those that is doing huge hauls or box openings or things like that, which I love to watch, by the way. So that's not throwing shade on nobody. That's okay. Thank you all. Sherlock So's gotta love gift cards. Yes, we do. And my husband made me a deal since we shop at Walmart every week. He spent the gift card at Walmart and said if I didn't want to buy something at Walmart, I could use the money on the bank account to go to Missouri Star or any other shop. Because when they have charm packs, and they usually always have charm packs on sale at some point, I like charm packs. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick with Walmart, I hope. I'm not committing. Sylvia says, yay for 100. Have fun at the store. Love and hugs, Sylvia. Be careful. And I'm sure you got shorts going up later. They're so cute. I like shorts. Way to go, Lynn says. Thank you. Thank you all. And thank you everybody who's watching. I appreciate it. It's just me. My husband gives me advice on how to be. Don't be silly. Don't talk too much. Actually, that's probably not the words that he used. I misquote him. And I do it on purpose, just in case he's listening. Good morning, Melissa, Practically Creative. Since I'm not doing nothing, I'll drop her link. Maybe. Can I get over here to it? I didn't know Melissa was that hard to spell. I spell it all the time. I can't see it. Maybe that's it. Morning, morning, morning. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. I've been doing nothing but talking for 20 minutes about absolutely nothing. I appreciate you all joining me for that crazy. But that's what I like to do. I do like to visit. I like to talk. Mona says, nothing wrong with being silly. Thank you. Thank you. I realize I'm giving, now my son, when I'm all giddy and joyful and telling people, be the light you hope to see in others, because it makes me happy to say that and to feel that and reflect that. My husband's like, people on YouTube don't like fake nice. And I looked at him and I said, am I fake nice or am I always like this? He's like, well, you're always like this, but they don't like fake nice. And it comes off. They don't know. I was like, well, not my problem then. Oh, good morning, Mary Jane. I didn't see you come in. I apologize. Good to see you. Just talking at the moment. I do have something to sew on. Sun's starting to come up here a little bit. It's very pretty when the sun comes up. Oh my goodness. I want to finish this week, and it is doable if I can keep my brain on track. What I need to figure out next is how I want these blocks. It's very busy. In fact, someone put in my comments, and I appreciate that. Needs something not busy. There's a word for it. Y'all, you know what it is. Oh, Mona, thank you. Everyone, thank you. Lori, thank you. Tracy. See, now, okay. May not do that. Tracy, thank you. I appreciate that. Melissa says, oh my, tell hubby. And I said, stop. Well, I asked him the other day, I was like, he was giving me this advice to help me because he wants me to succeed. He does. And he thinks that he has helpful advice. He was giving me this advice the other day. And I looked at him and I said, have you ever watched one of my lives? No. I said, until you do, I'm not going to take your advice. And I was laughing and he was laughing. And I said, seriously, if you watched one of my lives, you'd know that what you're telling me right now, I already do. And he's like, well, good. So it's not a mean thing. He does want to be helpful. A place for your eye to rest. That's the phrase I was looking for. This quilt is so busy. I'm worried that using more of this fabric, even in between the blocks. It's one that doesn't really have that fabric in it. I may go with the plain black. Even between the blocks. It's still pretty busy. So I may have to get more black fabric. Because I don't want to orange. I don't want more orange. I do have orange. This is how my brain thinks. Get a piece of paper and start drawing. And graph paper kind of helps me see it better because I can assign a size to these squares in my mind. Like this square is going to equal 2 inches. So that's the 9.5 inch block. But I do that. I'm going to put this over here so it's not in my way anymore. And the amount I think that I need between those, that's pretty big. It's 3.5. Yeah, they're going to be 4 inches, so 3.5 when it's finished. That's pretty wide, but I think I'm going to go with it and see what happens. Exactly. Melissa says the plain black would be better in her opinion too. And orange would make it the quilt too busy, and I need to go back up. And this is husbands don't know. No, they don't. I'd be over here giggling when I was in chats. I'd be giggling and typing, and he's looking at me and my own business. I really am like that. Oh, goodness. Lynn says, I like your soft voice. So calming. Yay. It gets very high and pitchy with a P. Apparently, I don't pronounce words well sometimes. I have to watch it. The corrector in the closed captioning will say the weirdest words, and I'm like, I didn't even say that. Let's see. Always writing stuff on paper when watching other people sew stuff. Then I can't find the bits of paper. Lynn Bias says, yes, but I have to use it though. For it to work, I'm gonna have to use it. Very pretty. Let's just assume that's gonna fall. Planner. Handmade cover. That is so pretty. I thought, until the person told me, I thought that it was store bought. I was like, oh my gosh, where did you find that in a store? That is so pretty. So I can write things down and not have little pieces of paper sitting everywhere. I can tell you what's going to happen right now. I'm going to start writing things in this, and then I'm going to add Post-its and have little pieces of paper in it. Oh, goodness. Practically Creative says, that's why I use notebooks. Then I have to remember which notebook. Exactly. Even if I get different colored ones for different things, eventually they're all going to be the same. Love the planner, Mona says. Thank you very much. And if you're watching the replay, check out the chat box. I forgot what I was typing. I need to change that to Monica. We put links of friends and people we follow and just people we like to watch. Sometimes over in the chat box, sometimes there's patterns, sometimes there's links to products that I'm using. Drop that chat box and check it out. You never know what you're going to find. Something useful, something not useful. Somebody new that you want to binge watch. Somebody new that you don't want to binge watch. Who knows? I'm going to get these two on, so I'm not thinking about it anymore. See, I can't. This black on black, I can clearly see it in the camera. But when it's in front of me, it's darker. It blends in. Actually, there's more light up there. Even with this light here, I cannot see that black on black. I had to mark it with my chalk. The dust to the top of my machine. Don't look at the dust. If you dust it, it's not hoarding, so I'm going to dust this. Otherwise, I just have two machines. I actually did cut these to fit this time, because usually I just put the strip on and I sew down it because I pick up some habits from other people. But I actually I cut these strips to the proper length. And this, this is the panel I got from Halo. I don't know if she has any or not. If she does, there's probably a link. We'll look at that later. Stop chasing squirrels, Colin. This one was cut really well. I trimmed it, and I trimmed it pretty evenly. And then I looked at it. I didn't need to trim it. She did a great job cutting it. I got some not long back. They were very crooked on the edges, which was fine. I was cutting off anyway, but no. I really do need to dust over here. I dusted my glass TV stand yesterday. In my fit to clean something, I get like that. Most people will stop. Well, not most people, but being crafters, we know. We stop and we sew. Find something to craft when we're anxious, agitated. I find something to clean. I find something to clean. I find something to organize. And that's how I came up with the idea for another wall. Was I was looking for, let's see what I did there. Looked like it was coming apart. It's not. It's my eyes. I got from Missouri Star a pre-cuts bag to hold pre-cuts, and it works for flimsies really well. And I was thinking I could get it under the bed one for cheaper at Walmart or Amazon. It would be plain, which is fine with me. I like the grays. I never did find a size that I thought I would like. I actually like the size Missouri Star has. It fits on a shelf. I think I need to fit it in a closet or under a bed, though. I found lots of options between Amazon and Walmart. I guess it's around the same price. Can't remember Missouri Star was, I think they're $15. So from $10 to $15 somewhere else I found the same type thing that will work. And I didn't want plastic because plastic always leaves a smell. I put dryer sheets in there. I wash them before. I wash everything again before it goes in there. Usually have to wash it when it comes out because it smells funny. That's why I'm hanging the quilts too on the inside of that wall. Keeps the dust off of it. Inside the wall, I think I said inside the door. It's trying to poof on me. There we go. Because I thought that way they were up. They would be viewable. Appreciated more inside of the closet door. And dust stays off of them. If I put it inside the door instead of outside the door. Something that is going to be going out of the house soon, I can put outside of the door. But it was, that's what those are on. Curtain rod holder. It was cheaper than all the other holders I found. And now I just need a rod to put across it. I was going to use a broom handle because Melissa was saying how about a broom handle, which would work, except for all of ours are metal. And a rod, if I got a rod at Lowe's to hang the quilt over, If I got one at Lowe's, I could get 4, I think is what I figured, out of one dowel rod. And the dowel rod's like $5. So that's not bad. Deborah came in. Good morning, Deborah. And this is scrolled all over the place. Oh, cold air. Itchy nose. It's an issue. Yeah, that's the music in the head I hear. Lynn says, always plan to rewrite in my notebook, then can't find the paper. I know. It runs off. And it's in a safe place. You know you put it in a safe place. Apparently that safe place is safe from you. Practically Creative says that is a gorgeous planner cover. Someone made gorgeous cover, and is that Pioneer Woman planner? Yes. Yes, it was. Probably showed it kind of quick. My birthday gift was Pioneer Woman themed. Let's see. I think that's what it's from. It's like it doesn't say it, does it? I didn't look links up because, well, it's rude to look at how much a gift costs. And I didn't even want to look for I love you, but I wasn't going to look for you guys. But Pioneer Woman is at Walmart. Let's get that back here. It has the calendar, and then it has notes, which is very cool. I really should use it. Maybe I could get my head straightened out for YouTube. And while we're in the special drawer that I'm keeping this in. That's pretty. Oops. See if I can show them. I showed them on a short. It goes kind of quick. I don't want to take them out of the bundles because I'm not done petting them and loving them. It's a process. First you get the fabric, then you love on the fabric, then you pet on the fabric and love on the fabric some more. And after you do it a little bit more, you think about cutting it, but you don't cut yet because you're still not done petting and loving on it. I think that is my favorite. That one right there. My camera looks like it's right. The color's right. Hopefully yours is. Very pretty, in my opinion. And I was actually thinking I wanted some fabric holding boxes like Marie's Scrappy Creations. She made some a week ago, this last Sunday. My dates are all confused, but I think it was a week ago this last Sunday. She made some fabric boxes to hold her fat quarters, and they also hold her charm packs. And I was thinking, I spent $5 at Dollar General for something I could have made with the stuff I have here. That's okay. I still like the box I got at Dollar General, but I am going to make those boxes because you can make them the exact size you want. And who doesn't love that? I fingerprint press this. Y'all have had enough of my face. You can watch me struggle with this face. I keep flipping it over because I want that seam to go back. And sometimes it doesn't want to. And while I'm here with nothing to say until I get back into the chat, I'd like to remind everybody, visit my friends and mods. And I think I've already said that, but I want to say it again. Because YouTubing is hard. I mean, it gets easier. But starting out, for me, it wasn't planned. It was just, well, we're going to do it. Figure it out as we go along. And see if we can do it without spending any extra money. telling you, when Donna Jordan does this, it looks so easy. It is easy. Even on her small, oh, I think she's got a bigger one than this. But I said I was going to say on her small table, it looks easy. Finger press. This I'm fighting gravity. It's pulling that way. We have all orders on. So now we can overthink the blocks again. YouTube, I found out recently, when you hit 1K, changes some of the rules. Actually, they just have rules they haven't told you. See how close this is to. Yay, they match. It's square. It's not a surprise. I actually tried to get it to do that. It is a surprise when it works. So when you think you've got a system down, I'll hit the chat in a minute. When you think you've got a system down and a way it's going to work, when you hit 1K and YouTube says, try again. YouTube's going to have to get over it because I do this for fun, not to bang my head against a wall to do what they want me to do. Well, I really do fiddle with things this much. There we go. There's my black fabric. Pardon my reach. You know what it reminds me of? YouTube reminds me of Peppermint Patty on Charlie Brown. I'll get back to that after read the chat. Let's see, where was I? Tracy says, yep, I keep changing where I write stuff down and can't find it. Mona Did Wet says, did you make from a placemat? The planner? I think it was made from the fabric collection. I did not make it. You could do that from a placemat, though, couldn't you? I haven't looked at the Pioneer Woman in the store in a year. Oh, thank you, Melissa. See, read further down. Very nice, thank you. Oops. I was so close to having it at the right place, and then I scrolled it. Oh, thank you, Melissa, for the Pioneer Woman Planner link. I won't be clicking on it because I don't want to know. You say thank you and smile. Oh, Deborah. Wow, I missed a lot. Saw Deborah come in. Melissa says she has that bad habit of sewing the strips and then cutting off at the end. Yeah, it can make for a little bit of waves in it, which doesn't usually bother me, but some people it really does. Mona says that's what I do also. I missed what she asked for the link for. Okay. Deborah. Saw Deborah come in. It seems like something's good to see Deborah. It is very early. So Journey, good morning. Nice to see you too. Hope you're doing good. Mona Did What? Dalrod. Yes, Dalrod. Oh, and there's the quilt storage bag at Missouri Star. Thank you, Melissa. Melissa is on the game today. Oh, she says, made it because Mia's not happy. I'm sorry. Persian knee feels better. That's horrible. Oh, scheduling a doctor's appointment for the new year. I need to make one of those. Regular checkup thing. Well wishes for Deborah in the chat. Pretty fabric. Nona says, Pioneer Woman Planner. Wow, I missed a whole lot when I scrolled, didn't I? Loves that box. Oh. Tracy Albert says she saw that video and she loves those fabric boxes. And I think I can make them. Usually I don't want to make anything that's too fiddly. Ooh, Deborah says, Colleen finally got my fabric on the comic boards, getting ready to start on 2 quilts for Christmas presents. Yay. That's a lot of quilts. I am so slow. It's past Halloween. I haven't even finished the Halloween one. Practically creative. It gets easier when I'm being optimistic. Don't run my phone. It's my delusion. Let me live in it. She's putting everybody's links in. Thank you very much. Good morning, June. Good morning, everyone, she says. And everybody's saying good morning, June. Lori says, for those of you just joining, I'm calling Sherlock Sews Lori now for that very reason. Sherlock Sews. This is with my jaw. My accent tries to come out in the weirdest ways. She likes the black fabric. Can either smile or at a name. Let me say good morning to June. Oh, goodness. Thank you, Melissa. Melissa says that plaid is cute on you. It's comfortable and cozy, and it makes me feel warm. It's very thin, though. Hot flashes don't need a big flannel. Oh, and Sherlock says, I like that Colleen Peppermint Patty is a great description. That's what it makes me think of. Maybe it's because of the time of the year. Lori says, it looks like regular fabric on your planner. That's what I thought because the way it was sewn. Thank you. I'm going to say that is regular fabric. And it was kindly and sweetly made by somebody's sweet hands. It's just so pretty. That could be wrong. Lori, could do that. I'm thinking not. Melissa needs help with links, shortening, paraphrasing. The link's too long. I need to figure out Bitly for links. I'm old enough to remember wooden broom handles and all the things they were good for. I think my husband tells a story about one of his great-grandmas. It wouldn't have been one of his grandmas. One of his great-grandmas chasing him with a broom. It was probably the wooden broom handle she was chasing him with. It's an hilarious story. I don't know that I'm supposed to tell it, though, but it's funny. My husband says don't use him for entertainment. It's like he doesn't know me at all. So Journey says, hi, I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Did what? Melissa, yes, the new metal or plastic ones break. Actually, I could use a metal one because we have the tools out there to just cut it off the right size. And I have some metal poles actually from old curtain rods. I don't want to cut metal. It would either be the hacksaw or the angular saw or the angular. And I don't want to do either. Oh, and there's Sassy. Saw Sassy last week. Misheard a bit, but I watch her replays. So every hour I hear, hey, Colleen. I'm needy. No, she is great company. Practically Creative says, I use shoe boxes all the time. Fabric boxes would be much prettier, I think. And that was my thought. I could use shoe boxes because I had a lot of shoe boxes that I use for storing things. But I think the fabric boxes would be prettier. I actually got a plastic box in my order that I'm picking up today for all the, I have Tula Pink fabrics, but I got them specifically for FPP, and in my mind, that's what I'm going to use them for. It may change a year from now. But the box was kind of getting too full, so I got a plastic box so I could put all that FPP stuff that I've got so it stays together and I'm not losing it. It was in this drawer, and then I moved it so I could use this drawer for other things. Motivated Wet, good to see you, and thank you for joining us. I appreciate you coming on. I know it's early. She has to run. Get ready for interview this morning. Have fun. Practically Creative says I can either, I'm just going to go right past that because I don't know. If I do both, all that shows up is a smile. Covered a shoebox with scraps of fabric and PVA glue to store some fabric. Now, I thought about that too. In fact, yesterday, I got this out. This is a BB container that I soaked in water to get the labels off because I thought it would work great for my binder clips, not these, my other ones, and be a smaller container for that drawer. Well, first of all, I did not get the sticky off. Goo Gone, I think olive oil, you can rub on there and it gets sticky off, but I was in a hurry last night. And then my son came in and I was like, he says, you could cover that. And I said, yep. Fabric would stick to that. I could easily cover this in fabric. I don't know what I'll use it for though, because the clips don't fit. I should have checked that before I started taking the thing off. See, magic. Very good sticky on that thing. And it's not on my hands. I rub them because I'm thinking it is, but it's not. Oh, good luck, Mona. Good luck, Mona. Have fun, Mona. Tracy Albert says, I used to make book covers like that with my mom when I was in school, high school, for my textbooks. I remember having to make textbook covers. We used paper. They wanted them made out of paper. And then when my youngest was in school, I remember buying a spandex kind of feeling book cover. I wasn't making nothing. I know how to put that down and push go. That was the limits of my abilities and didn't have time to learn more. 5 boys outside all the time. And I didn't use Google like I do now. I don't think hollow metal would be sturdy enough unless it was plumbing pipe. For a bigger blanket, it wouldn't be. But the quilts that I have, the 3 that need to be hung up, are all summer type. One is more like a bedspread. It's got the scratchy stuff on the bottom. And the other 2, I think they may have a sheet in between them, but they don't have batting in them. They are very, very thin. But the poles that I got, they will hold up to, I think, a 1 inch. Lori says plumbing pipe would work, I think, Melissa. See, and that's something else. If I use those metal poles, I've already got them here. It's not going to hurt nothing for me to cut them down. But I would rather go buy a solid wood dowel. And I'm covering the pole with an old sheet. Cut up an old sheet. I should just get channels in it because I don't want anything accidentally coming off on those quilts. It shouldn't. There's no reason for it to, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I may actually put some batting in that and make a channel. Adding to my work list. Tracy says, my roommate wears size 13 shoes, so he gives me the box when he gets new shoes for work. Cool. I was a shoebox hoarder because there was always something you can put in shoe boxes. I've downsized my collection of those to just what I'm using. And it is that I know when I fold my fabrics in half, then in half again, it's 44, 22, 11, about 11 inches. And I usually do, when I turn them, I keep them about the same width, and I use my hand to figure that. So about 7 inches. So when I fold my fabrics, they're about 11 by 7, unless it's a big piece of yardage and it's not going in there. Melissa says, well, you won't need adhesive for the fabric. I know, right? It's going to stick just fine. I just have to find something to put on there and a use for it. So I'm not putting fabric on it if I'm not going to use it. Mr. Google Pants doesn't get enough credit. Okay, here's my secret, everyone. Google. Mr. Google Pants, Mr. Google Pants, Mr. Google Pants. Now you know. Somebody asks a question, Google it. But you have to be discerning when you Google it. I try to rule out sites that may not be giving accurate information, in my opinion. Discerning. If you use the Mr. Google Pants, discerning. Plastic shoe boxes. Tracy used boxes to hold quilt blocks. Yes. What size was the box I got today? The boxes I have are the shipping boxes. They're 14 by 10 by 2. And I think the box that I ordered today is 14 by 11 by 7. So it should work really well for what I'm wanting it. And it was only $5. It was for something. And something else I'm getting today. And I'll show y'all when I get them. And see, we're back to sewing. These are adorable. I loved it when I bought it. It is cute. It is oval. It would be cute hanging on the wall like this, actually. I don't like a bunch of stuff hanging on the wall. I keep moving this, trying to find a better space for it. It's not working. It's oval and a small space. So I got another one of these for, I think it was about $4. It says Singer on it. It's an empty case when you get it. But I'm probably going to write or label it, like right here, cotton, another one polyester, because that's what's in here. I got this. I was not thinking anything, but oh, that is stinking cute. That's going to go a little bit further than that one. Got a small space. I realize it now. I also have ordered me a new it's like $2. Why I haven't gotten one until now, I don't know. Measuring tape, the retractable, it's 60 inches. I'd rather have 180, but I'm fine with 60. Somehow, I wound up giving my husband my fabric measuring tape, the retractable cloth-ish measuring tapes. You know that we've all got the little ones. Somehow, I wound up giving that to my husband. It's went out in the garage, never to come back. So I had to buy me a new one. Oh, I'm not going to use it. I never use it. And then I caught myself using well, it's well hid. Or it's still out. Oh, it's still out. I caught myself using this and getting very aggravated about having to wind the whole thing back up. How childish is that? What would my son call this? First world problem, Mom. Get over it. I am. I ordered me a new one. And you will see some point today that I took apart my pincushion, that big purple one I made, in my downsizing fit. There's casualties to downsizing and organizing, and this is so much. The reason I didn't want to use this is because these needles are long, but as long as it's sitting here in my little hole thingy, I'm not going to poke myself with those needles. They're not needles. You all know what I mean. We're going to call it Monday morning before coffee. And I want to thank you all again for showing up and hanging out. And I really clearly didn't have anything today. I am going to work on getting this finished. It is my goal for the week to get the flimsy finished. I have a feeling I'm going to have a lot of flimsies and no actually quilted quilts for a while. Let's see, we talked about Mr. Google pants. Deborah has plastic shoe boxes. I think I was using those. I have one in the utility room for all the things that try to roll away on me. I know I have like 5 or 6. Oh, dishcloths and cleaners underneath the kitchen sink. I have one that holds all the extra kitchen utensils that we don't use. And when they sit in there long enough, I get rid of them. My husband's not watching, so we're not going to sell them. Oh, I skipped to the bottom and I saw June said, bye, I'm going back to bed. Have a great day. June, you have a great day too. And I hope you're doing well. You're always in my prayers, hon. Janet Burgess. Hi. How are you on every Monday morning? Are you on every Monday morning? That's the goal. I'd like to say yes, but right now we're saying that's the goal. Yes, every Monday morning at 6 a.m. Missouri time, bright and early, because the rest of the week I am in a car for a very long time. On the weekends, I've got people here, and I can't expect them to be quiet for the amount of time that I want to do this. I mean, I can, and they should, because what I want is more important than what anybody else wants. And if you're just now catching me and you don't know me, I am totally joking. That was a joke. Where did I leave off at? Deborah retired from the post office. My husband's family has some that have retired and some still working at the post office in the other town. Free priority boxes. That's what my FPP is in right now. The boxes they were sent in. The cloth, the fabric was sent on in. I just kept the boxes. They're bulging at the moment, so. Tracy says, I use one for black and white bobbins and the other for color. She has 2 of those clear bobbin cases. I like the clear bobbin cases. I didn't know I'd like them because the pink was so pretty and round and silicone-y. Can I hear bird song? Do you hear the birds outside? The window's open. They're singing. They say good morning to us. Aren't they thoughtful? The fabric tapes stretch too. You mean those measuring tapes that retract? I'm not trying to be precise when I'm using them. Just a very, let's see, down to Janet. Lynn says, sleep well, June. You're probably already gone. And I do appreciate y'all joining me. I know it's early. And I know I just talk. I sew. There's nothing deceptive about my YouTube name. Colleen Sews and Chats. Just probably put them in the wrong order. Sherlock says, I tell my kid that all the time, LOL. And also, by the way, I'm calling Sherlock Sews Glory because every time I say Sherlock Sews, my jaw fights me for some reason. I don't know why. I have a horrible accent. Some people think it's a great accent. When I was in elementary, and this is true for me and my siblings, the teacher wanted to talk to my mother about getting us speech therapy. Once she talked to my mother, she realized, okay, this teacher must have been a city girl. Once she talked to my mother, she realized this is an accent. It's not a speech problem. It's an accent. I told my husband, I said, everybody's going to be Gonna let everybody know how bad this accent gets. I'm gonna listen to Loretta Lynn before I come on the live, and y'all will be shocked. That southern thing. Okay, well, I'm gonna cut it off here because I think we've went straight to just rambling about whatever comes into mind. And for all you new folks, thank you. And yes, I do that. I do ramble. I do talk because that's what I like to do too. Am I not scrolled to the bottom? So let's start our goodbyes. Chat just stopped. I thought it was chat. Okay, Lori says, have a great day, everyone. And I'll give everyone a couple minutes to say goodbye, take care, love you, prayers, be the light you hope to see in others. This world needs more light and happiness. And have a good time. Practically Creative says, LOL, have a great day. Thanks for the chat, Colleen. You're welcome. Here almost every Monday, 6 a.m., when nobody's had coffee yet, so we're probably all cranky. Am I cranky? This may be my cranky. Janet Burgess, thank you so much. And I'm glad you found me too. And I look forward to seeing you more. I thought this was your first time. I hate to ask if it's people's first time, because if it's not, well, then I look like a jerk, don't I? But it was, I clap. I get excited. I do. I love seeing new people. I love making new friends. I'm a dork like that. It's true. My mother-in-law and I both. She's a dork. I'm a dork. We lovingly say we're dorks. Everybody is saying thanks for the chat and bye. And I'm glad you made it too, Tracy. I'm glad everybody made it. It's always good to hang out with friends. And you're always welcome. See, I'm going to keep talking. Always welcome to bring your whips, UFOs, something you're working on from other content creators, and do them while you're listening. I don't mind at all. I just kind of do my own thing. Hang out, chat, say random things that could possibly get me in trouble in the future. You never know. And we'll catch you next Monday. If I don't get on before, I might decide to get on and try doing that wall thing that I was talking about. We'll see how that goes. Take care.